All right, we're on. Good morning, fire breathers. Happy Tuesday. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the home and then I'll roll into the gym. Home, your warm up for today. Ooh, does this work? Oh, stay. At least for now, that'll work. Home, your warm up, you've got inchworms to start with. So again, with these, it is a active stretch where we're not holding the static positions for too long, just for a couple seconds, but moving through. We're trying to warm up our body, our muscles, our joints, take them through an increasing range of motion. We're not statically stretching anything. So inchworm, straight legs. Always keep that back as straight as possible. Keep that belly button in, core tight. What does that feel like? It feels like if someone were about to punch you and you're about to brace for impact. So you want to think brace, core tightening. So then you're going to reach down to the ground, stretch those hamstrings. Try not to bend your knees. That's not the point. So kind of only go as far down as you can keep those legs straight. Then reach forward, walk your hands out, hold a plank, drop your hips, lift your chest. I'm out of the frame, aren't I? Sorry. Stretch through that back and those hips. Kick those hips up, get into a down dog. And then depending on how much space you have, you're either gonna walk your hands backwards or you're gonna walk your feet forward. So again, I'm gonna come out of the frame, so I'll back up. So if you're walking your feet forward, you keep those legs straight and walk them as far forward as you can keep your legs straight, and then back out. Up, and then down, and repeat. Then you've got doorway stretch. So I say one per side, just depending on how wide your door is. If you can, and you want to do a double just to save some time, you can absolutely do that. But it's just this old-fashioned, old-school stretch. So I'll come in my doorway here so you can, so if you want to do a one-armed like this, just stretching through that chest. To start, keep your elbow at your shoulder level as you do it. If you're feeling super tight and you want to drop your arm to stretch or lift your arm to stretch, you'll just hit different angles. That can work just as well. Thread the needle pose. We've done this before. The goal for this is to feel the stretch in between your shoulder blades. But from my experience with working with athletes in real life, trying to get them to feel that stretch in the right spot, just takes some finagling. So twist your spine, try to dig into that shoulder. If you don't feel it in between your shoulder blades, the way that I'm describing, that's okay. As long as you're feeling the stretch along your back, your hips, somewhere in your shoulders, that is also all right. You can just take the time to play with this. So, I don't have room. You're gonna be on your knees. You're gonna start on your hands. You're going to, so I'm gonna start with my back arm. Palm facing up, I'm going to scoop it. It's about, where am I at here? Halfway down my rib cage. So I'm not too low, I'm not too high. Scooping that arm straight towards that wall. I'm dropping that back shoulder straight down underneath that top shoulder. Resting it, screwing it into the ground. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna twist my hips straight down to the ground. And that's gonna give me a spinal stretch, and I'm gonna feel it all the way from here up my spine in between my shoulder blades. You can take this front hand, and if you press and you drive this shoulder back to the back wall, so almost like a corkscrew. So this front shoulder is going back, my hips are coming this way, and that's what's giving me that spinal twist. And then you have, arm circles. Good old-fashioned arm circles. So out to your side, and you can make them small. Again, we're working through good ranges of motion. So start small, and then as you warm up, you can make them bigger. All right. And then for your workout, your score for this is your total amount of reps across the 5 rounds. For 3 of these movements, 1 second equals 1 rep. And with this one, you do have 30 seconds of rest in between movements to give you transition time. So what I recommend doing is keeping like your workout journal. I use Gym Gypsy. I'm gonna go ahead and make a plug for them. So Gym Gypsy journals, it's so funny because I had a discussion with my husband when I was like, can I subscribe to Gym Gypsy again? Like now that we're settled in Germany, we have a post office, like our APO address. And he's like, you have the app. And I was like, yes, but I am the type of person, I love logging my workouts into my app, obviously, to have that data, but I hate having to sit there and look at my phone and have it up to see what I'm doing. I color coordinate. I write my workouts down. I go in rainbow order and number them because, again, nerd. And then I like write everything down and cross it off. And my favorite thing about it, look at me geeking out over this. I have like my stack of all my Gym Gypsies, and I love going back through and like comparing and seeing and all my notes that I make. So anywho, point being, home track is what I recommend doing is having your journal or a piece of paper or a notepad, or if you have a little whiteboard or a kid's chalkboard, and jotting down as you go. So say, here's my wall sits, here's my left plank, here's my right plank, and then here's my glute kicks. And in your 30 seconds of transition, jot down your seconds that you just did. So you're doing a minute of wall sits. For your wall sits, ideally, like anytime we do a squat, you want to be at least parallel, maybe a little bit lower. And here's what I'm looking for this. So get those feet out far enough from the wall. I might go on that side too so that you can see, so that your knees are back behind your toe. So we never want to be too far forward. So feet out in front, can be parallel or a little bit wider to your hips, just like your squat stance. And then you're gonna get that butt down there and glue your back to the wall. You can, if you end up needing to, pressing your hands into your legs to drive those shoulders back. But what I don't want to see is this, and crouching, okay? Even if you're posting up on your hands, your legs are still going to feel it. Now, the caveat and the thing to keep in mind of posting your legs is that, or posting your arms on your legs, is that as you're driving down into your legs, you're applying more force for them. So just keep that in mind. You don't want to add too much more pressure to make those legs work harder. So find like a good little balance between, okay, I feel supported, but I'm not making my legs work harder. So wall sits, 1 second equals 1 rep. Left side plank and then right side plank. You can do your right before your left. I just assume, since most athletes are right-handed, making you work on your left side first is going to be easier. It allows you, since you're sort of stronger as you're coming into this off the wall sits, it makes your weaker side have more success by attacking it first. So if you happen to be a southpaw, go ahead and do your right side first, then do your left side. But what we're looking for this, do it on your elbow. Elbow underneath your shoulder, legs straight and out to the side. You're gonna pop your hip up. So what you're looking for is a straight line here. Try not to let your head drop. If you want to lift your hand, if that helps keep you nice and tall, you can do that. If you need to do this, that's fine. If you need to scale your plank, bend that bottom leg, keep that top leg straight, and hold this way. Another scaling option, if you need to, is to go up off an object. So again, something that isn't going to slide out from underneath you, a couch that's pushed up against the wall, a chair that's pushed up against the wall, steps. So if you need to do like this number, if this, you feel it and this is a good scaling option for you, do that. And then your final movement that isn't a static hold is glute kicks. One side is 1 rep. So we do these in warm-up sometimes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. It is an AMRAP. So if you have the ability to jog in place with these, by all means do so, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're just making sure that you're making contact, bending all the way backwards as you go. So that's that. Have fun with it. Home track, keep up the great work, and Dracarys. And 10-minute mark. Oh no, another long one. Gym. I'm actually going to go through your warm-up first. 2 minutes of cardio, your choice. Get your blood flowing. I just showed the glute kicks for the home track, so if you didn't watch the home, rewind, watch it. Knees to chest with hold. Stretch like this. You can walk with it or stand in place. Supermans. Again, I'm kind of out of the frame for this. Face down. Point those toes, straight legs, arms straight out in front of you. Lift, lower, lift, lower. For your hollow rocks. I'm going to lower you a little bit. Only because, like I said, I think I'm... Okay, there we go. Hollow rocks. Back straight. So, driving that belly button down into the ground, crunching those shoulders up. The best way to find your good position, start like this. Arms straight by your sides, knees tucked. One leg out, one leg out. Only go as low as you can maintain that flat spine. Arms come up overhead. With a hollow rock, you are shifting your body weight forwards and backwards. You are not crunching. So ideally, you're holding your same shape, heels, shoulders, heels, shoulders, heels, shoulders, heels, shoulders. If you find yourself crunching in order to do it, I want you to just hold your hollow. All right. Scap pulls. That's the reason I came down here for this today. For your scap pulls, you are hanging from the rig, and then you're lifting and lowering at your shoulder blades only. So what it looks like is this, but it's my body moving from the rig. So, like this. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. You're following those up with kip swings. I don't care if you have bar muscle ups and ring muscle ups and you've got chest to bars and this, that, and the other. Again, by driving home our basics, our basic body shapes, our good body mechanics, we keep the integrity of the movement. The more integrity we have when we move, the better we will, the more efficient we will be, and the safer we will be. So, kip swings are actively hanging from your barbell, Superman hollow rock, Superman hollow rock. Not getting loose, not shaking and and flopping around like a fish. So, active hang, Superman hollow rock, Superman hollow, super hollow, super hollow. This is it. This is all I want you to do. Okay. Back and forth and back and forth. Single leg toes to bar. These are fun. Do 10 on each leg. Take a break as you need to. And it's exactly what they sound like. It's a great fun stretch for your hips and your hamstrings while waking up your core. Okay. Once you've got that done, your strength that we're starting with today, we've got strong bear, which is a bear complex to see how heavy you can get. So power clean, front squat, push press, back squat, push press. You need to make sure that you're locking out that final push press. We're not just rainbowing it back overhead. That is a strength component. So you have 2 push presses. So I'll angle. Hope I don't hit something. Okay, good. So the bar starting on the ground, power clean. Receive it in a mini squat, remember. Stand up. If you need to readjust, adjust your feet. Front squat, all the way down, all the way up. Push press, dip drive, press, receive it on your back, lock it in, back squat, and then push press, boop, and then we're back down. Now, since it is for as heavy as possible, as it gets heavier, take the time to adjust, but the barbell cannot touch the ground in between any of those movements. As you're warming up, if you want to make it one smooth giant motion, you can absolutely do that. So, power clean, front squat, thruster, back squat, thruster. But again, as it gets heavy, you'll need to stop. Do that. 2 Metcons today. Well, if you haven't caught on by now, DT is my favorite hero, and we're doing another DT inspired workout today. Called Phoenix, or I called it Phoenix. So 115.85 on that bar, deadlifts, hang power snatch. So unless you're doing your deadlifts with a wide grip, which you absolutely can, you're going to need to drop it after that 8th rep, readjust your grip, stand up, hang power snatch. Stand up all the way in between your reps. After your last hang power snatch, overhead squats, all the way down, all the way up. All right, get through it as quickly as possible. Have fun, it's gonna burn. Your other Metcon, run a clock up. You've got 5 minutes of work, 5 minutes of rest. Each work period starts with 100 double under buy-in. From that point, once you're done with your 100 double unders, your rope goes aside. Then you've got power cleans and burpee box jump overs. Please note the reps and the weight on your power cleans. You just did those with the strong bear, but for these, from the ground, jump, high pull, small little squat, stand up. Elbows in front of the bar, full extension of your hips when you catch it. And then your burpee box jump reps and height stay the same throughout. If you want to go lateral, you can absolutely do that for this one. So chest to deck, 2-foot hop, and over your box is 1. Chest to deck, 2-foot hop and over. If you would like to face the box, you can also do that as well. Facing the box is what we have seen in the open, but we have seen lateral burpee box jump overs and some online qualifiers. So if you're practicing for sanctionals events now, you can do it either way or switch it up. I also did leave in your notes for that workout, to make the counting easier for you, how many reps is in one round for each segment. So some of the math is already done for you. Have fun, because your score is the total amount of reps. Your double unders do not count in your rep count for that. So, all right, and then your 2 finishing pieces, you have a strict pull complex. So 1 strict pull up, 1 strict chest to bar, 1 strict toes to bar. Do not kick. That's basically what this means. Ideally, you're getting through your pull up, chest to bar, toes to bar without coming off that bar, but you can rest in between your sets. And then your final component is skill work, bar muscle ups. So depending where you're at with those, if you're working on the transition, please note, don't rip your hands, and then just work at the level that you're at. So if you have bar muscle ups, or you're trying to get your first one and it's just the skill itself, do jumping bar muscle ups. If you have a setup like this, you could attach a barbell, as long as you're not going to hit your head on the squat rack, and attach like the barbell to the rig and do them jumping on the barbell that's low. If you can put up a box and do jumping up over top, practicing that turnover. If you are missing the kip aspect, remember a bar muscle up kip is a Superman hollow rock, hips the bar, keeping your arms as straight for as long as possible, getting those hips as high as possible, and then once you're seeing that bar to your hips, burying your knuckles, flipping up on top of the bar, belly button to the bar, jump out of the pool, and then pressing up on that bar. So you can absolutely, I don't even know if I can do it here. I might make it fall over, but you can just practice the kip. Superman hollow rock up and Superman hollow rock hips the bar. If you're not close to that, you can do jumping chest to bars to practice that nice big deep pool if you don't have chest to bars, or practice your jumping pull-ups, banded pull-ups or banded chest to bars, whatever you need, whatever skill level you're at to work on the next level up of that bar gymnastics movement. If you do have bar muscle ups, by all means, play with this to push yourself to the next level. So go ahead and throw on some ankle weights to make them weighted. Try to go for a max set. So if you've done 4 in a row, figure out how to do 5 in a row. Go for it. You can practice strict bar muscle ups. It's absolutely a thing. Go for it, try it, do it. So that's all that. Long one again today. So thank you for watching. Questions, comments, concerns, hit me up. Like, follow, share, comment, subscribe. Instagram, Facebook, here. Looking forward to our June birthday month surprise that I got going on or will have going on. And yeah, Dracarys.